So now let's study about the fundamental rights. Now it is in the Indian Constitution, the third chapter of Indian Constitution. Now why do we call these rights fundamental? These rights are incorporated in the third chapter of the Constitution of India. Therefore, they are basic for the development of an individual. The people and officials of India are ought to enjoy these rights. Nature of rights. Fundamental rights are equal for all. Rights are justiciable. Article 32. Fundamental rights are not absolute. They limit the authority of the central and state governments. Fundamental rights distinguish between citizens and foreign nationals. They can be suspended during emergency. Parliament can amend fundamental rights. Now, responsible for equality and liberty. So now I am talking about right to equality or right to liberty. Article 14 to 18. Right to equality. Article 14 to 18. Let's study them one by one deeply. Equality before law. Article 14 provides that state shall not deny to any person equality before law or the equal protection of law within the territory of India. Prohibition of discrimination. Article 15. So no discrimination. Equality of opportunity. Article 16. So you can get any job. You have the right to employ. Now, abolition of untouchability, Article 17. So, untouchability should be abolished. Abolishment of titles. So, Article 18. So, a person which have a title like Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, Bharat Ratna, so he can't use it before and after his name. If he used it, his titles will be taken out. Now, Article 19 to 22, right to freedom. Right to freedom. Freedom of speech and expression, Article 19, so you can speak anywhere and as you want. Protection in respect of conviction of an offence, Article 20. It is also a right against offences, and you can also, it has a two-part also, ex post facto law and no double jeopardy. It means that in no double jeopardy, if a person cannot be punished with two times for his two same mistakes. So if you done two murders, you will get only the punishment of one murder. Now, protection of life and personal liberty, Article 21. So it is also said that right to life. Now, right to education, Article 21A. So if there is a right to life, it has to be right to education also. Now, protection against arrest and detention against certain cases, Article 22. So it is also said that protection against offences also, because it says that a person should be before the magistrate before 24 hours of arrest, and no woman can be on the police station only for the and so investigation. So no woman can came to police station for investigation only. Now, Article 23 to 24, right against exploitation. Right against exploitation. Article 23 to 24, prohibition of traffic in human being and forced labor, Article 23. This article prohibits the traffic in human being and forced labor. So you can't use any human as a labor if he can't want to be a labor, and you have to give a normal type of wages to him. You can't give him a very small amount of wage. Now, prohibition of compulsory services, Article 23. Under this article, the state can force people to do compulsory service for public purposes. So, now Article 24, prohibition of child labor. So, children below the age of 14 years will not be allowed to work in factories, mines, or in other dangerous places, so that their health is not adversely affected. Now, right to religion freedom. Religious freedom. Now, Article 25 to 28, you can also call it right to religion. Now, let us study in detail. Article 25 to 28, freedom to profess any, propagate any religion. Article 25, so you can choose any religion and you can also follow any religion. It is in the Article 25. Freedom to manage religious affairs, Article 26. So in Indian Constitution, here is the article which says that you can manage your religious affairs. You can watch temples, and you can also manage the records of the temples also. Now, freedom not to pay taxes for the promotion of any particular religion. Article 27. So you didn't have to pay any tax if you are paying a temple. So it simply means that a temple and the, you can say, God institutions will not pay any type of tax. It is written in Article 27. Now, no religious instruction in government educational institutions, Article 28(1). So there will be no study of religion in government institutions. Now, in private educational institutions, religious education not against the will, Article 28(3). So if you don't want to study the religions, so simply you say them no, because there is a no rule that if you are studying in the private sectors or in the private institutions, you have to study the religious education. So you can simply tell them no. Now, Article 29 to 30, cultural and educational rights. So let us study it in detail. Protection against interest of minorities, Article 29(1). So the minority people has also a same opportunity as the people which they are in the majority. Freedom to get admission in educational institutions, Article 29(2). So freedom to get admission. So the educational institution will not prevent you to get the admission because of your caste, religion, gender, etc. Now, right to minorities to establish educational institution, Article 31. So you can, if you are in a minor in the country, so you are able to make your own educational institutions also. So if you want that your educational institution will teach religious things, so it is right. Now, right, no discrimination while giving grants, Article 32. So you can no discrimination while giving and granting any types of jobs, etc. Article 32. a right to constitutional readiness. It is a typing mistake, so now it is good. Right to constitutional readiness. So it will also write against constitutional readiness also. Article 32. It says that Article 31A says that provides that a citizen can approach the Supreme Court of India by due process of law for the implementation of the fundamental rights included in Chapter 3 of the Constitution. So if a person thinks that his constitution and the fundamental rights were broken, so he can go to the Supreme Court. Now, Article 32 the Supreme Court of India has the right to issue writs in the nature of the habeas corpus, mandamus, and prohibition, etc. So, we can write here equivalent to also. So now the Supreme Court can issue the writ in the nature of the habeas corpus. Habeas corpus, mandamus, and prohibition just means that if you are working in a government institution and if a government officer and the government didn't giving you your opportunity and they were not giving you much time to do your work and they are not uh, they are beating you in mentally or physically, you can use this habeas corpus, mandamus, and prohibition laws. Now, Article 32(3), the Indian Parliament can empower any court to issue notice within its jurisdiction without infringing or influencing the power of the Supreme Court of India. Now, Article 32(4), the state cannot suspend the right to constitutional readiness except in case provided in the Indian Constitution. So, state cannot suspend the right to constitutional readiness. Now, foundation of democracy, check on the arbitrariness of the government. Now, create proper condition for the development of man, foundation of rule of law. Now, establishment of secular state, protection of the interest of the minorities, reconciliation between individual interest and social interest. So, what are they? They are the importance of human rights. Now, here we come to the end of this video. So, if you want, you can like it and please subscribe it. Thank you. If you have any problem with this, you can ask in comment section also.